Hi, folks. We're going through ecological pyramids today. So this is a visual display to show you how energy is transferred through an ecosystem. Okay. So there's a couple of different ways to look at these pyramids. First, it's we can look at it as in terms of biomass and how much actually is made up of each level of the food web. And we're also going to look at its energy flow and how much is available at each level of the food web. So here we go. So ecological pyramids, as the diagram shows the relative amounts of energy or matter contained within each trophic level. So there are three types: energy, biomass, and then specific just numbers. So like how many of each. Okay. So an energy pyramid shows the energy available at each trophic level, at each feeding level. Keep in mind, only 10% of the energy in a trophic level is transferred to the organisms in the next level. So if you look here, notice at 100%, these are the producers, these are the plants. They're 100% effective, they get it right from the sun. And then the amount that goes on to the next level, that would be 10%, and that would be your primary consumers. Okay, 10% moves on, notice. And that is a lot less than what you had to start with. Well, 90%, notice, is lost. A lot of that is lost to heat, by the way. And 1% is at the next level, available for secondary consumers. And then at the next level is 0.1%. So this is why those at the top need to eat so much more than those at the bottom, because they don't get much energy. There's not that much. And it's also the reason why there's not a lot of top level consumers, because they eat so much, because they consume so much energy, because not a lot is available to them. There's too much competition, so there's only few of them around. Okay. Organisms use much of the energy for life processes, for respiration, for breathing, for movement, for reproduction, or it is lost to the environment as heat. Here's a picture of an ocean. This would be an ocean food web or ecological pyramid. So here you have trophic levels 1 to 5 over here. You have available energy units over here. And then in the middle, it's labeled what makes up that level. So at the most is phytoplankton. They have the highest numbers. They get their food right from the sun because they do photosynthesis. So they're at 1,000. And then they provide food to the herbivorous zooplankton, different kind of plankton, who eat the phytoplankton. And only 100 units are available. Then you go on to the next one. It is carnivorous zooplankton. And then you move on to the carnivorous fish, and then the tuna eats the carnivorous fish. So notice the tuna, they get really big, but they need to consume so much. And also notice only 10%, and 10% goes on. Okay. Biomass pyramid is a pyramid. It shows how much living tissue is at each trophic level, represents the amount of potential food available for each trophic level of an ecosystem. Because only 1/10 energy is transferred, each level can only support 1/10 living tissue of level below it. So again, there's that 10% that moves on. The trees have 4,000, the giraffes 400, and the lion at 40. Pyramid of numbers shows the number of organisms at each trophic level, usually shows decreasing number of organisms at successive feeding levels. So notice all the grass, there's a lot of it. Less bunnies, but still pretty much a lot of bunnies. Then you have your snakes dwindling in number, and then the top, not that many at all. A pyramid in numbers, not all pyramids follow the same pattern. So, for example, a forest pyramid does not represent a typical pyramid. A single tree has a large amount of biomass, but is only one organism. Okay, so theirs looks a little different. And that's all, folks. Make sure you answered all the questions as you go. And we'll talk later. Bye for now.